Now let's welcome our first guest, Marguerite Griffin, Inhalene Health and Wellness Coaching. Hey, Marguerite, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Sylvia. I'm so happy to be here.
I can just feel my heart excited that you're here.
Thank you.
I'd like you to talk a little bit about your claim to fame. What are you known for?
I think that's evolving, but where I find myself now is I would say I help people move through transitions. My career started as an estate planning attorney. I now work with individuals who are at that place where they realize that they have enough and they want to give their money and their resources to help others. I also work with women in my health coaching practice who are at a point where they want to reclaim their health and unapologetically make it a priority for them. I also work with families to help them prepare for the death of a loved one and their own deaths as well. And in addition to that, I find so much peace in nature that I am helping people find a connection with nature where there can be tremendous healing.
I love that.
I would say that's my claim to fame.
All good stuff and all aligned with Serenity, Strength, and Style. You know, serenity, there's a definition of it that says that it is a state of calm, a state of peace. How do you find that space? It's not maybe not something we can always maintain, but it's something we can find.
Yes, yes. So it's always important to find what it is that feeds you. So many times we are living in society where we're constantly giving, but where are those places where you feel like you're receiving, where you're feeling fed? For me, it's my garden. I have a micro farm. I grow my own food. It's so nourishing to have control over where your food is coming from. So I find it in my garden. I also find it when I am leading people, guiding people through nature. There's a calmness there that every time I'm in that space, it makes me remember that there's seasons to life. There's seasons to our challenges. What's most important is that we have a place to return to, that we can go back to again and again to get the nourishment that we need.
Well, I know you do so much, just even in the description that you've given us so far, but what's your main work? What's your passion?
My passion is helping people remember that they have their own wisdom, that everything that they need is inside of them. It's not the latest craze, it's not the latest diet, it's not even a really popular talk show host. Everything that we have is inside of us. And to give them the tools to create a space for them to have courage, to find that voice, to find that serenity within them. That is most important. And in times like this, I think it's the place that we need to begin in order to feel whole. So that returning back to wholeness is to recognize our own sovereignty, that above all else.
I love that. And there is that saying about being perfect, whole, and complete. You're reminding us that we do that. What gives you strength?
Nature. I find strength in nature. I find strength in community. I find strength from people who are courageous every day, with the little things. Sometimes just showing up is an act of courage. And I gain strength from people who are present with themselves, who says, may not have the answers, but I'm going to be there. And providing unconditional presence, unconditional love, even when they don't have the answers, even when they may not know what their future will be. The courage to just show up sometimes is enough.
Oh, I love that. Well, let's talk about your style. How do you walk through the world? How would you describe yourself?
You know, we all have perceptions of who we are, and sometimes that's very different than how we are perceived, right? So I believe that I show up from a place of being grounded. I like to think about moving in a way that is a reserve of my energy. So I pace myself throughout the day. I like to listen to what's going on in my environment. I listen again, and then I begin to decide, how do I want to be in this environment? Coming back to center always is so important. And to the extent that I'm able to help others find their center and be a place where they can feel seen and heard, that's my style. My style is for us to be moving together, for us to be lifting each other up all the time. And sometimes that means leading, and sometimes that means being a safe place and creating a container for people to land.
I love that. I was going to ask about how you give back to our people and our community, but you really answered that in your response. And you say a lot about witness in a way. You know, that word came up in my mind. What are you excited about? Like both either for your work or others? Like, what are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to continuing to give forward. So a part of giving back is to give forward. So to the extent I can accompany individuals and families as they are preparing for the death of a loved one, I'm excited about being that reliable, calm, compassionate place where they can deal with a subject that makes them very vulnerable. I am also excited about helping women, especially women who work in the nonprofit sector, be well while they're doing good. It's so important for us to take care of ourselves as we are doing the work of the world. It's the only way that work will be sustainable. Right now, I'm in the process of developing a series of workshops for nonprofit leaders for them to use for themselves, but also to create a culture within the workplace where wellness is the primary thing that they're focused on, in addition to all of the good work that they're doing. That work can't be done unless it's sustainable, and the work does not require us to be depleted in order to help others. So the workshops, the nature and forest therapy walks, I have a few coming up. I'm really excited about helping people develop and remember that reciprocal nature of what it means to be in nature and have nature be the healer for them. That's what I'm most excited about.
Well, I'm really excited about that. And it's a new measure of success where loving kindness is as important as a bottom line, and culture, the culture of wellness, is something that can save us. So thank you so much for coming. I know you'll come back sometime.
Thank you.
We've got another guest coming up in just a bit, but thank you so much to Marguerite.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Mr. Charles, co-owner of Fabulous Finds Boutique and Consignment, and I wanted to show you some of the latest fashion style trends that we have today. Those would be some of the great ties that are handmade and exclusively here at Fabulous Finds Boutique. We have them in an array of colors, and they are one of a kind and handmade. You will love these ties because they are so different and unique, and they're the latest trend of today.
What a great conversation we had with Marguerite Griffin. And here is another great conversation. Emily Hooper Lansana, arts educator, a curator. She runs Tell Open Stories and is just an amazing creative resource. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Well, our witnessing and our strengthening our people continues with your stories. What's your claim to fame? What are you known for, Emily?
Many years ago, someone said to me, "Tell me about what you do." And I said, "In my happy life, I'm a storyteller." So I am a storyteller. I describe myself as a storyteller and a community builder. For more than 30 years, I have worked both locally and nationally to share storytelling in the African oral tradition and celebration of the way in which our ancestors used storytelling to heal, to teach, to transform. And also, I curate spaces for storytelling. I teach storytelling. I want to help people find their stories and to share them. I also work as Senior Director of Programming and Engagement for the Logan Center for the Arts at University of Chicago, which gives me the opportunity to work in community, both with people across the university and across the city, to realize really thinking about how the arts can be transformative and powerful.
And it is such an important moment for that to happen. It's a model, I think, for the country.
Thank you.
What is your biggest passion?
Storytelling is my biggest passion. I say that when I think about when I'm teaching as a storyteller, what is the goal of my work? I want to help you tell the story only you can tell. To find the thing that is inside of you and to find the way that it can be shared. I think that there are lots of different types of stories to be told. There are personal stories, there are folk tales, there are historical stories, there are stories that we collect from people in our communities. And all of them in their unique ways are important right now. It is especially important for us to be telling stories about our history because that is one of the ways that we can hold it and help it to live. It is one of the ways when we think about the African oral tradition that we have kept our history by knowing it and passing it along and passing it along. So I want to tell stories.
I love it. I love it. There's a definition of serenity, which is finding a space of calm, of peace. How do you reach that?
I think that finding serenity is about being able to be still. And that stillness can happen in a lot of different places. But being able to center into the place in yourself that allows you to be still and to hear spirit speaking. And so for me, some of my favorite places to do that in Chicago, I love butterflies. So you will find me just sitting in the butterfly room at the Nature Museum. You might find me walking through the park. You might find me driving in my car and listening to music. Music is definitely a grounding and centering space for me. So I make playlists all the time, trying to get myself through.
Well, and this might be part of your next answer, but what gives you strength?
Spirit gives me strength. And I think that finding the places where we can not only hear spirit speaking, but try to step into the calling of spirit in the moment. And so when I think I don't know which way to go and I want to feel connected to strength, I want to hear, what is spirit telling me about where I should go? What are the ancestors showing as a pathway? Whose shoulders am I standing on? How can I recognize the way that the people before me stepped into this moment? And so I think looking at who and how we have been on this journey gives me strength.
Oh, there's so much Ubuntu and Sankofa vibes for all of that. You know, how do you help our people?
I think that things that are important to me right now are to think about, in as many ways as possible, how do we say that we belong to each other? And that I am stronger if I help to make you stronger. And that I need to recognize that while there are times where I need to do this alone, we are stronger together. And I think from childhood all the way through being those who are the oldest in our communities, the way in which we continue to recognize that we belong to each other is important. The way in which we continue to look back and see what battles did we fight and how did we win them? What battles did we lose and why did we lose them? I think these are important pieces. And I think in our communities right now that we need to recognize the wealth that we do have. We are powerful. We are wealthy in terms of we have so much inside of us that is long-standing and transformative. And I want to see that in you. And I want to create spaces where people can see that in you. And I want to create spaces where I can share that of myself.
Well, so beautiful. So much about mutual aid, Ubuntu. There's an Asian saying, Okaka Samade. It all means like because of each other, we're standing on each other's shoulders. But talk a little bit about your style. How would you describe your style? Because I know there's a color you like.
So I love New Year's because I love the opportunity to say we're starting over. And so a couple years back, my New Year's resolution was simply, I'm going to wear more pink. Why pink? I realized that it is a power color for me. When I put it on, I feel stronger. And in my life, making a resolution that says simply, I'm going to wear more pink might make people think that's kind of like, why, but for me, it is saying I'm going to make choices that call forth my happiness, and that it is in the way that I dress. And now I have assembled, I have an array of pink dresses, from pink leather dresses to pink flower dresses. I have pink cowboy boots. I have pink patent leather.
We got the pink.
Yes.
We got the pink.
And for me, it really came out of a time where I was searching for what is the thing that is uniquely me, and what are things that I can do that ground myself. And so that's why.
I love it. I love it. And it also is, empowerment. Mm-hmm. In our last question, what are you looking forward to? Either your work or others. What's exciting you now?
When I'm teaching storytelling, in many of the workshops that I do, we start with a grounding experience of looking at objects. I think it could be overwhelming to say somebody, tell me a story about your life. It's like, what story? But I can say, look at this table of objects, and I will curate the table, and I will say, when you look at this table, does a memory come forward? And so I've seen that exercise to be very powerful. And so the next project that I'm working on, I'm going to be working with a small group of artists who are interdisciplinary artists, meaning that they're artists that work in different forms. Mm-hmm. And we're going to experience the object exercise together as we are thinking about America at 250. Ooh. What are objects that are particularly relevant to us as people of color? And what stories do the objects make us want to tell, and how do we want to tell them? So some people may tell them through poetry, some people may tell them through music, some people make visual arts pieces, mm-hmm. but this is a project that I'm working on right now.
I love it. I'm excited about it too. Thank you so much for joining me for Serenity, Strength, and Style. It's with Sylvia Ewing and friends like Emily. She'll be back. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and we'll get ready for our next guest. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you for having me.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, it continues. Pilar, Audain, I'm so glad that you are here. You are the executive director of a nonprofit in Chicago. What's your claim to fame? What are you famous for?
Ooh, well, first of all, thank you for letting me know I'm famous. No, I love bringing women together. I believe that a community is as strong as the women who run it, right? We have the power, the ashe, to heal our children, to heal our elders, our men, just keep families together. And so I love bringing women together by the water, out in the elements, in the forest, under the big, beautiful sky, the water. So that's what I do.
And what is your big passion?
My passion is seeing happy children. First and foremost, I look for spaces where children are happy. I believe that when children are happy, then that denotes balance and true healing and true love in a space. And so my passion is curating safe spaces where children can be happy, where they can celebrate themselves, where they can feel the love, and to also support the adults and the mothers and the fathers who help create these spaces where children can flourish. Our children need love. That's really what's on my heart in this paradigm, in this time and space.
You know, there's a definition of serenity that is a state of peace, a state of calm. How do you step into that?
I meditate. I'm also a meditation coach, a meditation guide. I help people find their center. There's so much magic in the silence of our hearts and minds. And so I'm a guide, if you will, to help people transition from the chaos into the calm. So for me, silence, the space where I find my God, right? Where I find my peace, because it's infectious. And when I feel it, when I embody it, then I have it to share with those around me.
Well, speaking of sharing, how do you help our people?
By bringing us together. I just believe in the power of love. It's so cliche, but I know that love is a superpower. It heals, it blesses, it grows, it's life-producing, it empowers. And so I take it upon myself to always embody love so that in every space that I find myself in, I can share it, I can spread it, I can indwell that space with love, and people feel it. And it's oftentimes they don't even know what it is they're feeling. They just feel good, or they'll smile. Whether it's the stones or the energy, my gale, my colors, my energy.
I love it, and I've seen you do it. Speaking of your style, describe it. How do you walk through the world? What's your style, Pilar?
Well, I am a mashup of my maternal Creole culture. Got a little bit of that Creole flair in there, that Southern charm. I love my wraps and my scarves, but I also represent my Trini gal. I'm Trini gal Pilar. So I bring my island flair, my colors, just that confidence that us island women carry, the sway. I intentionally move slow throughout the land. People are so urgent and moving so fast all the time. So I like to enter into a space with my free-flowing style and kind of slow things down vibrationally. And it's what Maya Angelou, it's the flare in your hips. My grandmother taught me that.
I love it. I love it. When you think about something that you're excited about, what is on your mind? What's coming up on the radar for you that you're looking forward to?
Two things. One thing I'm really looking forward to is elderhood. I know that sounds crazy to so many people, but I've learned so much in my life from my elders, sitting at the feet of my elders. And at 54 years old, I'm at a space where I'm like, I'm a grandmother, my children are grown, and I have so much experience to share and to teach. So a book. So I'm working on my manuscript, and I'm so excited because that's how I learned, from other people's experiences and learnings, pictures, books. I document everything. And I'm so excited about putting all of that together in a compilation for generations to come. I'm also excited as Executive Director of Truth, Racial Healing and Transformation in Greater Chicago. I'm about implementing our new strategy. I work with an incredible team that's helped me put together a refresh to kind of meet the sign of the times and the needs of the Black community.
Well, you're meeting the sign of the times and the needs by being our first sponsor. So thank you so much for that, Pilar. Thank you for the conversation. We'll see you again, and we'll get ready for our next episode. Thank you so much.
Peace and blessings. My name is Pilar Audain, and I am Executive Director of Truth, Racial Healing and Transformation Greater Chicago, an initiative rooted in one simple truth. Before we can change systems and policies, we must first change hearts and minds. At TRHT, we're leading a healing-centered movement that brings people together across generations, neighborhoods, cultures, and lived experiences. Through truth, racial healing, and transformation, our wellness gatherings, storytelling, community dialogue, and leadership development truly helps people reconnect with themselves and one another. We are living in a time where many people are exhausted, overwhelmed, and longing for something deeper. So whether you're a student, an elder, parent, professional, faith leader, or simply someone looking to connect, there's a place in this movement for you. Join us, attend a circle, volunteer, bring healing into your workplace, your neighborhood, because the future that we're hoping for begins with the healing that we simply choose today. Check out our website and simply reach out.
Serenity, strength and style. Oh yeah, breathing calm, let the chaos fade. Mind and body in rhythm remade. Step onto the path, feel the groove of grace. Every heart